The time has now just turned to 6:53 on this Wednesday morning, and here's what you need to know before you go.
A new executive order from the Trump administration could stop efforts to regulate AI in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. The president announced plans to issue the order this week, which could have big impacts on Minnesota's upcoming legislative session. DFL Senator Erin Maye Quade has been a leader in efforts to regulate AI in St. Paul. Lawmakers like Maye Quade say Trump's newest executive order could be dangerous and wants to be able to regulate AI at the state level. While efforts to put guardrails on the industry have seen bipartisan support in Minnesota, the president and many other leaders see the emerging sector as vital to the economy.
2 people and 3 pounds of meth are off the streets this morning after an Iron Range drug bust. First, authorities arrested 42-year-old Travis White during a traffic stop in Hibbing Saturday. They say they found the meth and items typically issued to sell drugs in his car. Shortly after, authorities searched White's house, where they arrested 41-year-old Deanne Bustich for possessing meth. Both are in jail and have been charged with felonies.
The state's top election official is running again for his job. Steve Simon first took office as Minnesota's Secretary of State in 2015. His office also operates a handful of business services and an address protection program for people facing threats or are at risk of abuse. Under Simon, Minnesota has consistently ranked among the states with the highest voter turnout. He also spearheaded pre-registration for 16 and 17-year-olds, preparing them to vote at 18. So far, no one else has announced plans to run.
Now, get ready for this triple threat of hard rock coming to Duluth this spring. Deck leaders announced Filter with special guest Finger 11 and Local H will play at Symphony Hall on March 25th. Filter is the industrial rock band formed in 1993 by former Nine Inch Nails guitarist Richard Patrick. Tickets go on sale this Friday.
An effort to upgrade a Hibbing community staple just got a big boost. U.S. Steel, which operates the Keetac and Mintac mines on the Iron Range, has donated $75,000 to upgrade Hibbing's Memorial Arena. Among key upgrades, a new digital scoreboard. Hibbing Mayor Pete Hyduke says the company's support ensures memories can be made for generations to come.